Hi there, this is Srikanth. So in this lesson, we are going to introduce ourselves to structures in C. So let me launch the IDE. So already I have created a project under the name struct1 here, which contains a C file, struct1.c. So structure is defined as collection of different types of data, okay, which means that, for example, if you are creating if you want to create a type, special data type which holds different kinds of data. That means, so if you take a student which has a student has a name, roll number, marks, an average, total, everything. Okay, so which defines his entity. Okay, if you take a student as an entity which contains different types of properties like marks, name, and everything. So in order to define such kind of data type, user-defined data type, you need structure, special user-defined data type like structure. Okay, so arrays have a drawback. Since arrays can store only similar type of data, a structure is more powerful than an array which holds different kinds of data. Okay, so in the same way, if you want to create an entity like an employee, okay, the employee has a name, employee number, salary, which is float. Okay, the name is character, so number is again integer. Okay, so different types of data are combined together into a single entity. That is possible only through a structure. Okay, so let us see how we can define a structure here. To define a structure, we need to use keyword struct. Okay, and name of the structure. Let us say it as a student here. Okay, the students, since we have talked about various attributes or properties such an entity of like a student contains a roll number. Every student has a roll number, unique roll number, and name. Okay, so name is a char and we are taking it as character pointer. In the last lesson we have studied about in the strings, we have studied about how to take a string as a character pointer here, which is the easiest way. So the ending of the structure always, structure definition always ends with a semicolon. Okay, let's write a small comment here. Okay, so now we have just defined a small structure of name student, and which contains two values or fields, roll number and name. Okay, so in order to assign some data into this structure, so you need to have a variable. Okay, so in order to access the data or store data inside a structure type, you need to have declare a variable for that. So let us declare a variable structure. Okay, sorry, struct student. So S1. Okay, so this is the structure variable here. Let's have a small comment here. So structure variable. Okay, so now there are two different ways to access or store elements inside the structure here. So one is when you are declaring a structure, you can directly assign some value using the assignment operator here. One and a name. So let us say Srikanth. Okay, so if you do something like this, the name gets stored and the roll number gets stored in the roll number field, and the name gets stored in the name attribute. Okay, the name property. In the same way, you can have another different method of accessing the structure variables is by having by using the dot operator. Okay, so let us take another variable here, struct student and s2. Okay, so now if you want to say s2 dot, our Visual C++ is smart enough to have a suggestion that we have two fields or properties for our structure student. This is called IntelliSense. Okay, the compiler one you are using, if you are using Turbo C or Turbo C++, you might not have this kind of feature. This is only specific for advanced compilers like Visual C++. So using the dot operator, you can assign some value into the structure variable s2 here. So let us say Jeffrey Ray as name, and let us store the roll number also. So roll number is equal to 2. Okay, so now we have initialized our structure using the variables S1 and S2 in two different ways. One is you can directly assign using at the time of declaration using the equal assignment operator, or else you can use our dot operator. So whatever you feel convenient, you are according to the requirement of your program. So let us print the data here. Let's have a small message. The data in student S1. Okay, small message for so printf /t name is equal to %yes. Now S1 dot. Okay, so again, while you are retrieving the data, or if you want to print the data, again you need to use the dot operator. Okay, S1 dot name in the same way /t roll number is equal to %t, again S1 dot roll number. Okay, so in the same way you can print the data for the data stored in the another variable S2 also. So let us just change the printf statements here. S2 dot name and S2 dot roll number. Okay, just understanding purpose. So now just let us save and run the program. So if you observe, we have just displayed whatever the data is stored in the structure. Okay, so here we have taken a simple structure definition of which holds the name as student, and which contains two different variables, roll number and name. So we have assigned some data into the structure. First, at the time of initialization or the declaration, you can assign the values directly, or else you can use the dot operator, which is very important while using the structure. The dot operator, which is used to access the elements wherever inside the program. Okay, so this is the basic introduction to structures in C. So see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.